Yeah, y'all have to have known that 11 p.m. that we are fast asleep.
Most of the time.
So I'm like...
Unless you're getting ready for a colonoscopy.
And then you're shitting your brains out.
Yes, at 11 o'clock.
Oh, I thought that was... I had a diet one? Or is it just the light?
It's just the light.
I'd
be sending you out right now.
Yeah,
I said,
right.
We'll try this
You
at
would
11.
drink it.
We'll try this at 11.
You had curry, I forgot. No. You know curry absorbs everywhere. I don't think it smells bad. I don't like curry, but it doesn't smell bad.
I had curry tonight.
No, it was like on your shirt and stuff. Anyways.
The shirt.
Well, it's not bad.
Okay,
now
so
listen.
Let me get this.
Hey, Trash Panda, listen to this. The stream aside, we were at my in-laws and we ordered Chinese. My mother-in-law hasn't been feeling well, so she's following the banana, rice, applesauce, and toast diet like they do. I'm gonna ask about that in a second because I don't know what's been going on. Diet, because she had it bad. And so I was like, well, I guess we can get rice. Hey, Megan, we can get rice from like the Chinese food place. And she's like, yeah, that'll work. But it didn't sit real well with her. So she wasn't feeling too good.
Yeah.
But that's the way that...
I think that she shouldn't eat that. I think she should just eat normal and she'll feel better.
Well, I think I don't know what's going on. She had a bout with that at Christmas too. I'm not sure what's going on. Panda Express is good. We almost ate that today, but we had just had it the other day. While people come in, hey Viola, Trash Panda, fill us in, type what you can about the mess today because I didn't see it. But who was watching Katie last night on her new channel? Anybody in here? She's got a new channel. Okay, so Let It Go knows about the brat diet. Let It Go, were you watching MFW versus World or whatever yesterday, last night?
That's the name of it, MFW versus World?
Until it gets shut down because she's ban evading. She was blitzed already, like very intoxicated, you can always tell with Katie because one eye starts going wonky when she's really, really, really messed up. Y'all, her own folks and trolls convinced her to go in her new hot tub that was set at 95 degrees. I don't know how she got out. She did get out. Yeah, I know. Well, it's going to be taken down anyway. I don't care whether I promote it or not. But yeah, it's MFW vs World. The only reason I knew that is because old Rev thinks that she's going to do an interview with her. But anyways.
Newsflash, Rev. She was never coming on.
She was never. And if she does, we'll eat crow. But she's not going to be there. But anyway, so she's in this hot tub. I didn't see it, but Doug was trying to call her because boobs were floating out. Like boom, 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 on top of the water.
Were coming out, yeah.
Everybody was like, Katie, your nips are out.
Put your boobs up.
I didn't see it. Not that I was going to rewind it and watch again, but I said, Sean, doesn't the human body naturally, if she passes out, float into a position where you can still breathe? He was like, absolutely not. No,
they're not that you can breathe.
Well, I thought that the body naturally does that. Like, I don't know, turn you over on your back and you'd float like that.
No, you'll turn over on your stomach, naturally.
Well, God needs to fix that.
And God does, because...
But anyway...
I thought there was an outside chance that we might... I'm not joking. I thought there was going to be a catastrophe on screen because she was so drunk in the hot tub.
Hey, Betty Crocker. And it was kind of like a train wreck. You couldn't really look away because you were like, I really hope someone knows her address. And they were debating within the chat whether they should do a wellness check. This is the time to do a wellness check, y'all.
People.
That's a good time.
All that was happening.
That's a good time.
All this wellness checks that people do on people just for, YouTube fudgery, this would have been the time.
This would have been the one to do it. I'm not sure how she got out. I just scrolled all the way to the end of the stream this morning and saw she was stuffing her face in a bathrobe at the end of the stream.
Was she?
So she apparently got out. It is still up, but what happened is she and Real Stream got into it, and currently they're Splitsville. and she's pretty sure he and his whatever people he
Are
have
gonna
left
be behind
are
it.
going to be reporting. I could give a shit less, really. She can stream or not stream. I just checked in because I was like, when her name was in Rev's thing, I was like, let me poke in, and she was sitting there. And you know what's messed up? Saying the same shit.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Katie is she's still on this kick about she's smarter than everybody else, and that's why she's got a channel like that.
She's
blah,
running
blah, blah.
the community. She's got
running the
it.
community. People, newsflash, nobody gives a shit about you anymore. We were caring about your safety last night for a second, but yeah, you're really showing everybody as you hit rock bottom, got your DUI, now you're slumming with Real Stream News. You really got it going, girl.
Yeah.
Really got it going.
It was really, really, like he said, it was very, I hate to use the word sobering because it's such a, whatever term, but it's applicable. But I watched it and I'm sitting there going, of course I don't want anything to happen to her. But for a long time, last night, if she did pass out, you okay, Sawyer? She would float backwards, or I was hoping she would put her arms over it because it's inflatable.
Yeah.
And kind of lay down on that. But anyway, that would have probably been a time, had I known the address, that when they pinned ATX on a call to the police, it might have been me. But
I don't know if she lost her truck, but it's just she ain't at her rock bottom yet, I don't guess.
she hadn't had enough.
She hasn't had enough of the abuse.
Or she's taking it to the bitter end.
It's very telling when people, we always say this about people with narcissist channels and all that, but you have somebody like Katie that's like, that's why I run stuff. That's how it is. I got to tell you, she was so high on the fact that she had a channel with her name that she was in control of.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's like, no, girl, you are all on very many levels fucked up.
I will say, though, I forgot that about what Al posted today. Did you see her thing where she said, which baked item should I infuse it with? And she's got one of those little vials of, I guess it's, THC or something like that. Anyways, yeah, she's ban evading. So as soon as they figure it out, then that'll be that. But this is a perfect example of an alcoholic in their addiction. I guess also, like you're saying, has narcissistic traits.
Well,
Your world is imploding, and you're like...
And you like, I got you. Y'all want to be, that's why y'all need to hang with me. That's why, because
one eyelash fluttering.
Because you're about to drown in your hot tub 8 months after you got a DUI? Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah, it was... And it's... The people, whether they're whatever you want to consider them, they're sitting there going, okay, sweetie, it's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. And she's looking at going, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, they must get something out of begging her to take care of herself.
I know.
The only thing I will say, and I don't know if it's a partial or what it is, she looks good with her front teeth fixed.
Really?
Yeah. When she would smile, hey, Saint Ratty, she looked good. But see, like, the reason nobody really has anything to say about it is because everybody's over her.
Yep.
They're complete. Let It Go used to be kind of in the tea.
Well,
she didn't even know she had a channel.
There's a bunch of people thinking we're coming on at 11 too.
I shared it, so I can't do it at 11. She admits that she has vodka first. She has to. And you don't know who Miss Effin' Wonderful is, Trash Panda?
You just got to tell, look, we're going to promote her here for a second. MFW, just type it in.
BS World. And then Abe went in there. Now, y'all know Evil Abe is a super troll. But he went in there and he said, yeah, when you came on stream, I gained like 1,000 subs overnight. That was solid. And I don't know if he was trolling or he was serious. I think he was serious. And she's like, F you. And it's like...
She was out of control thinking that she was, she thinks she's back, and that's the thing. It was scary. It was cringeworthy for sure.
Until you've had enough, you haven't had enough.
Yeah.
Or like AA says, you can go to the bitter end. You can choose not to fight your disease, and you can just take it to that. It's a choice that you have. You know what I mean?
Vodka first thing.
Sobriety's for those who want it, not for those who want it, not those who need it. A lot of people need it.
So
anyway, that's my
you guys watching football today? I didn't watch any football today because we ended up going to my madre and padre.
Yeah, that was fun though.
We thought we were going to stay there. You know, when you pull in and you're like, we're not going to stay long. We're going to stay, about an hour. We ended up eating dinner there. And
yeah, it was good.
Everything that was on the agenda for us to do today has been moved till tomorrow.
Which is what it's all about, I guess. If you're sitting on a we were sitting on the deck, the weather was pretty, Sawyer was hanging out. It's like those are the times with family when you're like, everything else can wait. You know what I mean? Life can wait. We can do this.
The footy season, like the rugby? Is that what is
Probably.
it? Yeah.
Or soccer. Don't they call that football?
Well, she just calls it footy season.
Okay. Footy season, maybe pajamas with footies in it.
No, it's not. It's like rugby.
Oh my gosh.
Rugby, right?
Remember those little footy pajamas you put the kids in?
Yes. And so they were like furry, and then they had like a little rubbery foot.
A little bit. And then they would zip down, like they finally fixed it to where it didn't zip straight up the front because it had like a little tab or whatever. Mm-hmm. My daughter could master it. My son couldn't wear them because he fell every time.
Yeah, that's...
Takes coordination.
He's 11 Bravo though now, so...
They're cute though. They're certainly warm. But when grown-ass adults wear footy pajamas, they look like morons. I'm just saying, if you got footy pajamas and you're living for them, whatever, but...
Australian Football League, see? She said not soccer. Yeah, see? But I guess I call it footy because if you call it football, it's something different in other countries.
Yeah, I learned that in Spanish.
You did? Mr. Green Jeans, you're going to have to, keep your hands to yourself.
He keeps trying to touch my shoulder, that the skeleton does.
He's not allowed to do that.
What's cool is when
Green Jeans grabs your shoulder and pulls it back.
When this is over, when Halloween's over, we're going to decorate it for Christmas.
I know.
We're decorating.
You guys are going to help us decorate for Christmas.
I'm going to get a outdoor Christmas tree to put in front of the chicken coop. The one you're talking about seems to be gone. She must have taken it down. Yeah. Oh, really?
Somebody
the
would have taken it
MFW
down.
versus World is down? Probably because the nips came out. Sean's like, when the nips come out.
The nips come out, yep.
They come out. Okay. So now that makes total sense. Well, this morning she hadn't hidden it yet. So I was able to scroll it to the end and got a quick screenshot of her in her robe and sent it to Sean to say she lived because I had done the errand, and I love her dog. Her dog looks just like Luna, my wolf dog I had. Oh my gosh. So then it had me feeling some kind of way, so I'm looking at husky puppies.
I'm sitting over
on Craigslist.
I know. She's looking at puppies going, and look at this one. This one's a husky Rottweiler. I'm like, no, Mandy. She's like, I know. And then she goes, well, look at this one. This one's a Doberman. And I'm like, no, Mandy.
But really, I was looking for the husky puppies. And they are...
pure husky, right?
Yeah, and they were... I was looking for an old, not old, but older that was looking for a home. Because puppies, they go like that.
Yeah,
Huskies are a lot of work. And if you have experience with them and you know how they operate... But then I was like, Sean, tell me to stop. It will eat our cats, our chickens.
Yes.
Mainly the chickens.
Yeah.
Mainly the chickens. They have a very high prey.
Hey, Arlene. Hey, Levi Lace Lover. I think people are starting to figure out that we're live now.
I said, nobody's waiting for us. Usually we have a couple. She kept Royal, but Roxy is at the pound. That's what I heard.
Not even with somebody at the pound.
Nobody really knows for sure if someone actually took
Makes
her.
Me mad, though.
Yeah, especially because if she had said, I'm sorry, I've got to throw in the towel, there's any number of people in our community that lived in the area that would probably be like, let me, I'll take it.
I know.
Was it a boy? Oh, yeah, because was it a boy or a girl? Is Royal the girl?
I thought Roxy was the girl.
Might be. I don't remember. I know she got Royal first. Royal looked just like a puppy Luna, and I remember thinking, when that goes south, can you please let me have that puppy? Hey, Colleen. So anyway, what's been going on with you guys?
St. Ratty said, I like animals more than humans. There's a lot of people that are like that. I mean, I am like that. I like animals more, but there are some humans that I like.
Yeah.
I mean, what I mean is like we have all kinds of animals running around on our, that we.
Well, and they forage a lot during the day. The chickens do, but a couple times a day, we've talked about it forever. We take them. Do you know that?
What? What's good, bro? Someone named Andrew Tate's son.
Cool. I don't know who that is, but she bred them, didn't she? Did, and Nip Slip isn't a hot tub. Just
look at the
I can't even create any more troll accounts. My freaking I tried to create a troll account, and the Google's like, no.
You got too many under this phone number.
No. And I'm like, well, damn. But that's a pretty good one, Nip Slip.
Well, guys, Nip Slip is a good one. That's the so far. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that.
I know. Did any of you though actually? That didn't sound like anybody was watching last night. There was 200 some odd people. I could just fall asleep in it. And
after a couple more drinks, and Taco Bell. Doug needed to bring you Taco Bell because the guy kept calling. Poor dude. Doug is seems like a genuinely good dude. He's trying
to work.
He's working a third shift. She's put him through all kinds of bullshit, banged 10 guys, and he's still around.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, she's like, bring me Taco Bell.
And then it was no. White Castle.
Yeah, bring me Taco Bell. He's like, I'm working. She didn't care.
Hey, Callie. Yeah, hey, Whiplash. Yeah, I set the time wrong, so hopefully people will notice the change and
Jude.
Start filing in.
Yes.
Yeah, it was strange watching, and I mean, it like I said, it was like a train wreck. Roxy is the girl, her parents took one of the babies. They got rid of her as well. She was just too much of a handful. Those mixes are that you have to exercise them and you have to give them lots of things to do.
Connie says, I follow her because she's a train wreck. Yup.
And now she readily admits that she's an alcoholic, but I don't know if she truly understands how far down she is. I don't know that
but she was, I think, okay, so she was doing her thing with the Real Stream News, and they kind of had a fallout. And then she went to her own channel, and that's kind of seemed like it was planned a little bit. But then when she was on her channel, she was talking about, it was just you could tell she was euphoric to be on her own channel again. You could tell.
That's about sports. I can barely see it, but yeah,
Yes, the Volunteers did win today.
And then, there was a little bit of a question of, was she actually ban-evading or, what have you, and Real Stream kind of busted her out. It was like, yep. She's for showing both my hips. It was I was like, surely, and people kept going, yeah, I get in the hot tub. Her own mods and stuff were like, time to get in the hot tub. The only thing I will say is she had the drink that was in her hand she took with her, and she didn't so she didn't have, and she just kind of sloshed around with it. She wasn't really drinking it. So I was like, well, at least she's not drinking anymore.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then I was thinking, do you think she peed in the hot tub?
At least once.
You think she peed in the hot tub? Someone said hi to Paula, but I didn't see her. Hey, Paula.
Where's Paula? Hold on.
Oh, hey, Jude. Myriad. What? I guess I'm missing some
Let's
of
see,
them.
where is Paula? Yeah, there she is. She's
okay,
like,
good.
Hey ya.
I definitely did. I find it hard to watch her. It feels like I'm watching someone on
on a what?
On a downward spiral. There's no, she can quit digging anytime because she is at the bottom.
She has hit bottom and is digging through till she gets to the rock.
And she doesn't, when she starts complaining about her, stomach problems, it's like, because you're dumping a silo of vodka into intestines that have been rerouted and were not made for that. There's no stomach there.
I think she needs a colonoscopy myself.
That's Sean's new thing. Anybody need one?
I just had one. Those of y'all that didn't know.
He's all proud of himself that he got through it.
It's not that big a deal. Everyone should do that at least once in their life.
You gonna make another appointment?
No.
He's like, not going back.
Doctor wants me to come back in 3 to 6 months. I'm thinking 3 to 6 years.
You doctors are getting younger and younger, or I'm getting older and older. But this doctor looked like he was like 12.
He seriously looked like a teenager.
Mm-hmm. It's incredible, but I guess that's when I never understood, like, when my grandparents would say, oh, they're either getting younger or I'm getting older. And it was like, I'm not getting older. Now I get it. She really looks like she's dying. Yes, when throwing up blood, she will stop. The thing is she might, but if she doesn't have a stomach, she did a full Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. So they create a little, this is delayed, that's why I didn't see it. They create a little pouch and bypass your stomach and then take your large intestines up here. So intestines aren't made for grain alcohol. That's just not what they're made for.
No.
You know what I mean? So my understanding is it absorbs straight through the intestines. Like, it soaks through quicker and it doesn't do, it doesn't.
Hey, Ricky.
Her doctor told her she has 7 bleeding ulcers and that she needs to stop drinking. We'll see how that,
Definitely needs a colonoscopy then.
Someone who's terrified of giving up the only thing she knows. You know what I mean? And she's had sobriety. She went to rehab for 2 years. She knows.
She was in there for 2 years?
She was court-ordered rehab when she was a teenager for 2 years.
So she had to stay in the rehab?
Yeah, that's where she met Peter Mom.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think she could come and go, but it was like
almost like a halfway house type of deal.
Something like that. She was either going to do jail time or she could go. Now, I don't know if she had to do 2 years and she just did 2 years.
What did she do? Do we know?
What do you mean?
Where she was going to go to jail.
Running DRUGS with a boyfriend.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Oxy to be specific. She's told about it on her channel before. But yeah, stuff that teenagers normally.
We were just talking about that, Paula. It's like, Nikki.
She's not.
You were never going to be. It was never. And the thing was, what did Nikki say? Nikki was like, well, I just want to hear her tell her story. We watched her story.
I don't know. And here's another thing. Ricky's held for review. Love it.
Let's see.
The other
thing.
Isn't that crazy? What was the other? It was so profound. Oh, about Nikki Rev and MFW. Here's the problem. Katie doesn't forget anything. So all that time that Nikki Rev would go for her and talk about her and go into her chat and give her a hell and stuff, Katie hasn't forgotten about that.
Yeah, you guys remember that Mandi and Katie were friends for a while. And we're talking about we're talking about friends like
Karen.
Like Mandi would talk to her on the phone type. When we met, she's like, yeah, I'm friends with her. I talk to her from time to time. And she did. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, Karen. Karen, I rely on you to keep me straight. I set that oh no, is it frozen?
I don't think so. Who said that?
Arlene.
It might be your end, Arlene, maybe.
Can everyone with a Twitter account help me report him and get him taken down? He has done it. Can you message me, Megan, at MISSUS ATX on Twitter, and I can point you in the right direction.
And then Mandi will let me know.
If it's super scary, if he's like saying he knows where you live or something like that, you need to call law enforcement. Again, that would be a time
to do it. Speaking of that, I mean, did you guys see Randy's stream today?
Mommy Rambling's gone round the bend.
She went round the bend and
picking tomatoes. Karen was picking tomatoes.
Oh, of course you were sick. Of course she was.
So she said, well, Mandy's gonna, yeah.
So we were waiting in line at Wendy's because fast food is quite a wait these days. It's not really fast food, it's just food. So about 20 minutes. It wasn't really as bad as we thought. But when you're used to jumping into a fast food line and being done in 5 or 6 minutes, that ain't happening. So while we were sitting in the line at...
Don't talk about what we talked about.
Oh, no. No, but if you did,
I'm
don't
just
worry,
making
baby.
Sure.
I'm not going to start a war. Don't worry about it.
I didn't start a war.
You know, if right in the middle of the live stream, Mandi grabs me and makes me face her and goes,
that's a punch we're not going to throw.
Don't.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so we're, flipping through, looking to see who's live or whatever at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's Randy.
And we were in line at Wendy's.
And she wasn't happy. And she wasn't happy. She had Wendy on panel as usual because they do their thing together. Someone sent the cops to Randy's house.
Mama Ramblings. They got Merb, but it's Mama Ramblings. Something that Randy said, which was pretty innocuous, but I guess taken under the right conditions, she reported it as a threat to her life. But apparently Merb's called the local police so much they don't even entertain it. So she called the state patrol.
She called the state
and they
BI,
turned,
the state, like the FBI, the state
well,
bureau.
I think they turned it over.
And then they went back to the police.
And they
said,
went
no,
to Randy and said, "Are you on YouTube?" She said, "Yes, I am." And they said, "Are you in an argument?" And she goes, "Yeah, most of the time." And they said it, and it was one and done. And the cop just kind of walked away, shaking his head like, "This is ridiculous." So I didn't know that Miss Merb was such a loose cannon. Did you know that?
I don't even know who she is, but Randy, I bet you, since she had such a strong reaction, they're going to do it again.
Yeah.
I've always thought that, but
I got to do it. I can understand.
Here comes the glasses, people.
I can't do the hat and the glasses.
Yay. Why not?
They bump into each other.
You need to put the glasses on when the hat's on, and then.
Okay, Megan, thank you.
And then pull the hat off and like kind of do your hair like librarian style.
Did Trash Panda, I remember you said you were going to send an email to the ATX Tomahawk. I didn't see it come through. Is it there? Do I need to? I remember the other day you said you had a question. I don't get involved in the other drama. Yeah, I mean, it's something you can watch. If it's not your mess. Yep. It's a mess.
I mean, we're watching it just matter-of-factly while we're in line because...
And I was upset that it needs to stop.
Yeah, that's not cool.
It's gotten to the point where people are
not
paying attention to real...
And Randy made a good point. It's like the boy who cried wolf. You know, if you're always calling the cops this and that, you're going to really need the cops at some point, and they're going to be like, well, it's that person again. Mm-hmm. And the cops aren't going to respond, and it's going to end poorly because of it.
I'll do the hat again because these are not working tonight.
Okay.
It's one or the other.
You might have to read the chat again, though.
Well, I'll try to make it work.
Okay.
I'll try to make it work. So that's the latest goings on. Our Wendy's dining room isn't even open.
Yeah.
They don't have enough staff.
And it's an older staff too. Mm-hmm. Like when we pulled up to the drive-through window, it was an older woman, I'd say in her 70s, probably.
Yeah.
Close. And then when we went
it was a man. Oh, no, took the money?
No, the first one took the money, yeah.
Okay.
The second one was older as well. Yeah, they're hurting. They're hurting for labor.
That Vaughn situation is scary. Tell me more. I don't know who that is. Okay, so there's someone that makes fun of my lips. I'm gonna say this, trust me.
Okay.
And they make fun of by going or whatever to make fun of it.
She's got gorgeous lips though.
How about she went out and got herself packed her lips so they'd look like mine?
Wow.
I don't miss a thing. No, someone has to point that out to me. I don't ever catch
Hey, not all who wonder.
But that's true. I'm like, don't make fun of my pose anymore. Don't make fun of my pose with my lips.
So, St. Ratty says, I've been watching a chick called Carrie. She used to be friends with Shani and Rev.
Hey, Misty Lee.
Yay. Misty Lee said, catching a live.
Thank you.
I have to say, and I laud my wife a lot. This is my wife. She's got nice lips. I mean, you do. You have very pretty lips.
I just thought it was ironic because, in the beginning when she would go make fun of it, I was like, well, that sucks. And then I got used to it. And then I was like, then someone said, Mandi, she literally went out and pumped her lips up. And I was like, oh my gosh. But anyways, I just thought it was an interesting observation. Not worth anything.
I feel like, how like when you give like Red Bull to an ADHD person, it can calm them down.
Yeah.
It's kind of what's happening to me. I just drank that whole thing.
Thank you, Karen. I talked to Karen a little bit yesterday. Karen's got the sweetest voice. She's got a very, very sweet voice.
Of course she does.
I live in India and it's the same here. Lots of places close early because they're short staffed. They're talking about a lot of places are not going to go back to dining inside.
I could see it. If it's more cost effective to just run a drive-through or run like DoorDash stuff, that's yeah, the world's changing.
We're turning it into a very, I don't know how to call it, like a, is that the washing machine? Oh no, it's something outside. Okay. I was like, the washing machine's about to join us in the living room.
I know, Harry was about to be here any second. But
Solitary
we got the window open.
Society, yes.
The window's open, and it is Saturday night in redneck Dawsonville. So, Dawsonville.
Even Chick-fil-A is short staffed. That's what I hear. I met my soulmate. We've been together for 15. Very cool, St. Ratty.
Working where?
Oh, Megan said Chick-fil-A is short staffed, but St. Ratty was talking about she met her soulmate. We've been together for 15 years.
Yay.
He still makes me laugh. But Paula, is Paula still in here? Paula posted a thing. It appears that maybe there's some monetization that has gone awry.
And that is not there anymore.
So maybe, we're not going to get to hear the stories of Sean the Ninja quite as often. As
Sean the freaking serial abuser.
And I mean, hey, if she relied on that money and they took it away, that's a shame. No, not really.
we got an AdSense check on Friday, and it's nice to get. It's it's not thousands and thousands of dollars, but it's nice.
It's good. It's good. Like I said, we buy stuff for the chickens with all of the.
It comes like on this week it came on a Friday, this month, and so it was good for the weekend. It was nice.
It was very nice. Thank y'all for watching and the super chats and for being here, and it's super cool. And I know a lot of people are better about it than we say, but if you haven't and you enjoy us, hit the thumbs up. What does it do?
I don't. I'm not sure exactly what it does, but gotta help.
Yeah.
The algorithm or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'll do a search every once in a while on YouTube for like how to make your channel grow, and it says that a lot. Thank you, Ricky. But I hacked. Well, she needs to decide who hacked her account. Was it me? Was it Paula? Was it Sean?
Me? Did I do it as I was jumping through the window?
Spinning circles.
And
then he got his nunchucks.
I literally hacked the account.
And you got her nunchucks.
Yeah.
He comes in with Chinese stars.
I know. Yep. My real name is Hung Some Young Guy, but.
Yeah, I look, I can't even create another sock account. I'm not hacking nothing. If I knew how to hack, I would be able to have another.
You're going to end up having to use my phone number for your next sock account. You know what my phone number is? Use it.
Yeah, I do know it.
It's good.
I think I know it.
Which brings up a good point.
I don't know how you hack.
In our age,
or undies,
with phones and all that, have you ever had a really good friend or even a family member and you didn't know their phone number?
Megan, thank you.
Thank you.
That is so sweet of you. Thank you.
Oh.
She works hard for the money. Thank you for that's very awesome.
Never ever take that for granted. Never.
I missed something about further up. Yeah, I said about those undies. Anytime undies would have gotten stolen, it would be for Sean to take it as stink bait to go catfishing. And there wasn't good catfishing in the ocean because they don't live there.
Well, they do have hardheads that catfish that live in Texas, but they don't live in North Carolina.
Well, they say the nastier the stink bait, the more catfish you catch.
The channel catch, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. But guys,
you would have a stringer full.
I know. If this is a stringer full of underwear and a stringer full of catfish. And this has happened to me, and people used to go, what? And they didn't believe you at first, but now I think it's pretty normal. Like when you have to put in like somebody's number, or it's like a friend, what's their number? But you don't have their number because you typed it in one time in your phone and now it just comes up as their name, like Karen. So do you know Karen's phone number by heart?
No.
See? And you talk to Karen a lot and text all the time.
We text all the time.
Yeah, and it's like if somebody off the top of your head said, but it used to be back in the day, if you're in your 50s now or even your 40s, when you were a teenager, you knew your friends' numbers. Because you actually matched the numbers.
And we taught our kids their phone numbers. So Let It Go says, I was told that Millie Loving Life was told by someone that I said she was not to my level. I'm not at my level. I've never said that to anybody. Yeah, let it go. That's not something that you would say. And I can't imagine who told her that. I don't talk about Millie either. That girl's a whole mess to herself.
And let it go. We know a lot of things that you say, and you're pretty much
on the up and up.
Say what you feel, and that doesn't sound like something you'd say.
Yeah.
You might say you suck, or your channel's grainy, or we can't hear you, or you suck. But you really wouldn't
never
say
said
something.
You suck.
No, you know what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying, but
you're not afraid to.
That was another one, and I hate to say it, but someone comes onto the scene, and I know, right? Someone comes onto the scene, and you kind of take it in, and what they're saying, and what they're about, and you're like, no.
But who'd she come in through though?
When she returned to the thing, she was saying that the beast stole her DA. I'm trying to keep it. Story. That's how she came back. And then again, made up with it. Doesn't matter. That was just a whole situation that I removed myself
clear
from.
of.
But yeah, that's not something that Let It Go would say.
Yes,
and
that's what I meant. That's what I meant, Paula. Let It Go is very honest. I meant that. I just said it in a roundabout kind of live stream.
Look, I'm so tired.
You are? Are you gonna yawn and go?
No. I was like, oh look, my armpit.
Oh my gosh! So what time is it? Let's see. What time is it?
I changed my clothes.
Wash your hair.
I just thought it was funny because I have this shirt on, so I was like, so AdSense. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really understand how it works. You get paid per click, per view, per whatever. It's next to nothing. But AdSense also is responsible for your super chats.
Right. And when I said we got an AdSense check, I'm including the super chats, like a Megan's super chat will be added to the next check, which will be like on the 21st of November.
Does the deposit say AdSense?
It's you have to read the email. It said something.
No, when it hits your account, what does it say? You don't know.
It says. I think it does say.
Okay. It is still AdSense.
It says like Google AdSense. I think it says that exactly.
Yeah. Let me see. My husband's number is in my phone, and numerical sequences are hard for me to remember any. Exactly. I'm trying to think of any. Like I know my parents. Everybody went to cell phones, so your home number that you may have called for years. Hey Val, that you had called for years. When they get rid of it or whatever, and it's just cell phones, you have to remember those cell phone numbers.
Right. But I mean, I don't like right now, if you told me what's your mother's number, I would have to look at my information.
Do y'all remember tell me, those of you who remember your phone number from when you were little, like say 10 years old, do y'all still remember your home number? Do you?
No, but I remember, when you match the numbers on the phone and it makes dee doo doo dee.
Yeah.
My friend's number when I mashed it in was the Nutcracker. Dee 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 dee.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah. So I knew that whenever I dialed my friend's number, that's what it sounded like.
I turned it off on accident. Now
to this beautiful face.
I had to step away for my own reasons, but that doesn't mean I hate her. I just keep my mouth shut. That's the best thing that you can do. So they were able to keep the home phone number.
That's kind of cool.
That is very cool. We tried to keep, which I don't. Hey ho, I saw you come in. I forgot to say hi. We when he.
Val says, "I'm in your bushes." Val says, "Hey, ATX and Sean, I'm in your bushes." Yeah. You could be.
So when Sean came on the horizon, I split my account. I had Verizon forever, so it split. Like my ex, he kept his account, and then I started a new account, and we added and I added Sean, obviously, and because he had some Dincy prepaid thing that was hard to hear. Anyways.
I got a story about that whenever.
But then we were trying to keep his phone number the same.
She's like.
Yeah, we're trying to keep his phone number the same. And then finally we're like, why are we trying to keep it the same?
Why do we want to keep it the same? Change that shit.
Yeah, so we did. And the court documents that she filed didn't even have the right. She had scratched it out and wrote something else. It wasn't even the right number.
But Is that why? Is that why you insisted that we'd get that sooner than later? Is because you couldn't hear me a lot of the time?
That, and my ex was like, respectfully, can you get... He didn't want to.
Well, that's cool.
He didn't want to see your.
That's cool. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, and
I can see that. I can see where the ex wouldn't be like, is this guy on my bill?
Yeah, I mean, we were
Yeah.
good with everything, very amicable,
Yeah.
but he was like, can you go ahead, and I said, oh yeah, I can do that.
I remember the day that he finally came out there when we had the moving van, and we moved it to your old house on Discovery, and we were getting stuff from there to take to our apartment, and he came out, and I was in the back of the U-Haul, and shook my hand and said,
do you need any help? He
said, if you need any help moving this, let me know. And I was like, wow. And of course, you know, I'm doing the man thing. I'm like, we got this. But he actually used that U-Haul truck to move his stuff to his new place, and then let us have the U-Haul truck for the rest of the day. And I said to him, I said, thanks for letting us use the U-Haul. And he said, well, it's the most logical. He said something, it's the most logical thing to do. So when Mandi says the guy thinks like, what's the logical thing? She means it.
Yeah.
Even when his marriage is over and the dude that came in and she's leaving for, he's still thinking logically like, well, this makes the most sense for us to do it this way. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay, that was big of him. You know, it was like
when we were talking, it was like, hey, Toon Cat, you know, and it was like, it's been over for a while, but you know, this is, and he said, your happiness is everything. And I said, so is yours. And he said, if he makes you happy, that's where you need to be.
And
anyway, we don't have to tell all the.
No, but then when Mandi said, I've made noises with Sean that I never thought I could.
That's his ego.
Yeah, that's my ego. My ego was, you know, still getting in the way a little bit.
Yeah, he was. It was time. There's lots of things like that's the thing. I think, you know, if people were make sense now, if she was to be honest, it was time to call it a long time ago.
It was. It was time to call it before she was even on YouTube.
That's cool, Misty.
Because I was back here living in Atlanta for about 9 months. And but you know what? A big thing when I think about, you know, the trauma bond and all that, but also I loved the beach. And I was telling Mandi today, I would go to the pier and go to the beach, and it staved off the inevitable for so long because I lived at the beach.
Yeah, she didn't get a cent.
I could just grab my stuff and go to the pier for the night if it was a bad night. I could walk on the beach, you know, like the middle of February. It's cold, but it's your beach. There's no tourists. It was, I called the pier my church. When I would go to the fishing pier, I would say I'm going to church. And so there was the big reason why I hung in there as long as I did. But then the YouTube part of it, the last 2.5 years, I wasn't even going to the beach anymore.
Yeah.
I was just going to work and doing whatever. So anyway, there's that.
St. Ratty said I would not give her a cent. He did not.
I didn't. I'm telling you, you know.
Hey, Michaela,
I didn't want to give it.
Sweetie?
I didn't want to give it too much attention, but the last time the cops would come to the house with me or meet me there to get stuff, there was 2 cops that were Marine veterans, and you know they're kind of getting sick of everything that was going on at our place. But at the same time, when I was leaving, I was moving stuff out to the car, and he says to me, he says, just do me a solid, do me one solid. And I said, what's up? And he said, just don't give her a dime. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's throwing you out of, and at that time, the cop said, out of a place where you live. I really didn't live, you know, I kind of did live anywhere, but he was like, and if just don't give her anything, make it all official, put it all in paperwork. And I did. That was the first bit of advice that I took. And she never got a cent from me. And I never had to give her a cent again.
No.
I never had to give her anything, just based on her actions.
We would have paid whatever we had to attorneys to make sure it didn't happen. Kathy lived in Huntington Beach for 20 years. I miss the beach. Michaela, I have your chocolate, but it can't go out till Monday. And Sean will take it and mail it on Monday. I haven't forgotten.
Because where do I work, Mandi?
You work at the post office.
Right. So that person who put...
I never knew postal workers could lay the pipe so well, but...
Mandi, you can't say shit. You can't say that.
And the thing is, I can't even stop you fast enough. I know it's coming out of his mouth, because, you know,
I'm so witty.
We make sexual things all day long, so, and I'd be like, and it's already out before I can get there. the kind of friend I was to her. I tried to help her get temporary spousal support, and she was yeah, that's exactly right. She wouldn't. She tried to put in the paperwork something about, you know, whatever, but the judge, she didn't even get temporary spousal. They hadn't been married long enough. Hey,
Yeah.
Dragonfly, and she said she didn't want nothing
Who eats
from
a
you.
cucumber? So St. Ratty says, I live near a river. It's called River Murray. Yeah, I mean, water has always been my element. I like rivers, but there's something about the ocean. Like Mandi will tell you kind of how my attitude was when we walked out onto the beach. It was kind of like, this is it. This is, all my anxiety kind of melts away, and I'm just cool out there. It's just.
I like it there too. I really do.
And I proved to Mandi I caught the only fish that was literally in that ocean that night.
Really,
right?
nobody was catching anything else. The ocean is healing.
Yeah.
There's studies that have shown that sitting like on the beach and just closing your eyes and listening, like a meditation every day, it has a healing.
But I mean, they make machines that they sell for hundreds of dollars to replicate the ocean.
That's very
like
true.
white noise machines that just so they have the.
The thing I'm always struck with when I sit on the beach and it's quiet and is how little we really are in the world. And I'm not trying to get all but really when you think about the vastness of the ocean and the earth and how our problems and our issues consume us because we're all we ever think about, but when you think about how little, both in space and time, we are.
Literally, it's
the ocean puts it in perspective.
And yeah, I mean, and I see you black dragonflies went to Elton John last night. That's very cool. Oh
my gosh! I lived on the ocean now in Florida. I honestly prefer the river. People are either lake people, river people. I think lake and river are kind of the same, or beach people.
And Jude, does it have anything to do with the weather? Because it can be such a pain in the butt living. There's living at the beach like Sneed's Ferry or whatever, Jacksonville. But then there's living on North Topsail Beach where I lived. And you're always like, gotta go. Like 3 times it was like, gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta leave for a week or whatever. But I'm about to say, the perfect growing old is actually I would like to live on the intercoastal where we have land where we can have our animals, because when you live on the intercoastal, you still have like grassy.
Right.
With Mandi, somewhere.
Colleen used to live on Anna Maria Island. That's cool. Live in the mountains. I like the mountains, but always.
I even saw the pictures of Paula when she'd sneaked in North Topsail.
Kangaroos.
And she would put the pictures. I'm at the beach and this and that. It's like, yeah, you see our friends that go to that beach. I've seen Savage has been at that beach. I mean, everyone that we know that lives in North Carolina. There's a handful of people. They all have pictures of the beach, and I'm like, when I see them.
Yeah, I'm not against it. We just have our parents are older.
Yeah, we got to take care of the parents.
So we got to square the parents away, and then who knows? Okay, so Karen, the beach. I've been to the beach in Oregon way back when. Right now she gets lunch and goes when her dogs are being groomed and watches the ocean. It's cold. The wind coming off the Pacific is cold.
And they call it the Pacific for a reason. I mean, like up in Oregon, is it a beach or is it more like a rocky cliff? Like a rocky.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Val, she's home in the mountains. A minute drive to the ocean. Very cool. Val, did you see?
Wait a second. She lives in the mountains, but it's a minute's drive to the.
No, 2 different people.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making sure I catch it all. Yeah, they're cold. They're very rocky and very cold. I was in the worst place in the world. I have Neve and Pacific. Good. That's all. That clean to those dogs. But they can. I mean, our dog. Like if we're having a rough day and one of us is out. Just having him lay by you is...
Right, Sawyer Brown? Sawyer Brown. He's over there on the couch.
Okay.
Jeez, good Lord, guys.
I know. I'm trying to figure out... Oh, Val, did you see Katie last night in her hot tub? I won't go back through the whole thing again. But did you see her Blitz bopping around her hot tub?
Happiest can be that she has a channel again. and trying to talk about how she dominates the community and how she's so much smarter than everybody else and this and that. Yeah, you're about as bucked up as the day is long. You know,
the beaches on the Pacific are
most
too
of us
rocky.
that have YouTube channels don't, you know, drive around and get DUIs and lose our channels and stuff like that, and then have the audacity to come on and talk about how they're running stuff.
They're running the show.
Yep, and then nearly drown in the hot tub.
Yeah, it was a crazy sight for sure. I thought maybe she cut it or whatever. But what's funny is she got on a tirade with Abe also about Savage, and she was like, Abe, why can't you intervene and get Savage off me or whatever? And I'm like, well, that's the first time you've ever admitted that you're not quite as tough in the battle as you thought you were.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That was very telling.
I was just checking the score at the Philly-San Diego game. Mm-hmm. It's 4-3 San Diego after like 2 innings. They got 4 and Philly got 3 in the first inning.
Oh my God!
They got right to it.
Medford, Oregon. Medford, Oregon. I can't. Someone was born there, but I can't think of who it was.
Saint Ratty says, "I want to visit Texas. I want to stalk Stone Cold."
Who is that?
Steve Austin, I'm guessing. Stone Cold.
And he's in Austin? He's in Georgia?
Well, I guess that's what she means. Thank you, Hope. She said your home is so beautiful. You have such a life together. Yes, Saint Ratty said yes. So Stone Cold, yep.
Very cool that you're into that. Hey, Khaki.
Texas somewhere. Texas is...
Thank you, Hope. Thank you for rewatching them if you miss it.
Texas was... We almost didn't leave Texas, you know. I won't say we almost didn't leave Texas. We kind of knew that we needed to come back from Georgia to Georgia, but I really like Texas.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
Certain places. Austin's awesome. Houston, not so much. Dallas, but most people really like Austin.
I could go this is my home. She's my home. But if I had to go to Austin on business and be there without her, I would like the city. And I can't say that about everywhere I would have to go. But I could do probably Dallas. I could do Austin.
Yeah.
They're both pretty fun cities.
Let It Go said, why is the Beast always calling people wrestler names? Is she into wrestling?
I guess. You mean calling Gabby that one wrestler?
Yeah, Brett the Hitman. I think it's because Gabby has curly hair and she's in ripped shape.
Shredded shape, yeah.
Yeah. 3 beautiful months and less. San Antonio is pretty cool too. My brother lives there.
Yep.
He's a retired San Antonio police officer.
We had our first lunch there together. Yes.
We did. We drove. I said, "You want to go to San Antonio?" He was like, "It's nearby," and I was like, "If we drive just over the city limits, it's close enough." And we did. I was like, "Now you can say you've been to San Antonio."
And we had real Mexican food there. One of the things about getting Mexican food in Texas is it's authentic. And what authentic means, it doesn't have to have the aesthetics. When you go to a Mexican place like here in Atlanta, it's Mexican food, but they prepare it so it looks like you could take a picture of it and the picture looks good. In Texas, it don't have to look good because it's going to taste out of this world. That's what I noticed about the Mexican place in San Antonio. When they brought it out, it was kind of there it was, but it was unbelievably good.
Yeah. Let's see. Michaela says her ex lives in Burleson. Is Burleson near the Dallas-Fort Worth area? Hate Texas. Haven't looked back since I left. There's a lot of people that say that too.
There's songs about that.
I haven't been out of Australia. You haven't been out of it, and I'd love to visit Australia.
Yeah,
that is one of those places I would
make a deal. We try to get each other back and forth to visit. Yeah. Because I'd love to visit Australia.
Pink Life summed it up. Jude, about telling Jude, MFW used to have a successful channel and got very obnoxious, telling people they weren't allowed to see other people's channels she didn't like, and her drinking went through the roof. Yeah.
I think the thing that Katie could get away with
Thank you, Sam.
is when she started to get, because she gets kind of shitty drunk, where she just starts, she's kind of like a mean drunk, and she's always talking about how to do a successful YouTube channel and to do this and to do that. And I guess at some point you had to kind of give her credit for it, because she did have a channel that seemed to do well and had members and this and that. But she started that descent. And the thing is now she's back and she got this new channel to herself. And she's still talking like we didn't all watch her self-destruct, you know, like we didn't watch her fall all the way on her face. She doesn't seem to think she has. So
you're right. Jude, there's a lot of people like that. You're a traitor if you get seen somewhere else, not just by her, but in general.
Loyalty is royalty?
Something like that. I'm a love you. Okay, she says, I am a love you drunk, but I don't drink that often. I see. You can watch the change, and I hadn't watched Katie in a while, but you can watch when the change is coming. When she goes from just kind of BSing to where she gets herself worked up.
She gets snappy. I asked Mandi as an alcoholic, you know, that was friends with Katie, how was it to, you know, to have a friend that was, you know, because even when I first met you, she was drinking way too much.
Yeah.
You know, and it had to have been an interesting thing.
For a long time, especially before her weight loss surgery, I was not under the impression that she drank. For whatever reason, I thought that she had
a drug problem, maybe, because she
I thought that she had refrained from it since high school, or I didn't know if she had long-term sobriety. Apparently she was drinking for a very long time and we didn't know it.
I think when Steven came into her life, that's when it took a real turn.
That's probably
because even when Doug was there, and she was coexisting with him, cohabitating or whatever, he did his best to kind of keep her, and she listened sort of, but it's a little bit like my situation. He can't control that.
Yeah.
You know, he can't. She didn't want the help. So.
Yeah. I mean, it takes what it takes, and you never know. She may have a, you know, kind of a spiritual awakening and get it with the program, but she's in such denial about how bad it really is.
Do you think it's denial? Or do you think that she knows it and she's got a little bit of a...
I don't know. It depends. Like, I know she has to drink in the morning, and if you not, like, you can't look at people drinking and say, okay, that makes them an alcoholic and that doesn't. There's lots of people who have decided they're an alcoholic and were, you know, abstinent from drinking for different reasons. I mean, most people though there's not people that are trying to fend the shakes off by drinking in the morning.
Yeah,
that's pretty much you got to call that person an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Like,
and I remember there was a lot of things that you limited what you did on YouTube as her friend because of her whole loyalty is royalty. And then that one night where you had some mutual work to do, you and Savage had a mutual goal, and you were like, well, we're going to do this, come on panel with me. And you knew that when you did that it was going to cause Katie to be done with you. And I remember saying, don't let her, and I'm not, you know, thumping my chest at that, but you were right about that. But she ditched you. She decided that you going on panel with Savage about something that had nothing to do with her was enough that she didn't want you to be her friend. And I don't know how much I could have, like, how difficult it would be for me to continue to be her friend and her confidant while she was spiraling like that. Yeah. Or how much could you have taken?
That's very true. There's Presley. She just got home from her best friend's funeral. Very sad day for me.
Presley.
I knew that was, I didn't know what time it was today, if it was earlier in the day, but I guess we're pretty late now. I'm glad you're here, though.
Yeah. You can come hang out.
We were talking about Presley. We're talking about we're talking about that hoghead number 1.
Yeah, she was on her own channel again, Presley, and
he's good.
Picking right up where she left off, drinking way too much and then almost drowning herself in her own hot tub.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go.
Sawyer is over there asleep with a stuffed animal.
I'll get him.
Don't wake him up. He's so tired.
He's a Sawyer.
He went to Grandma and Papa's today. Yeah, Presley. Was it a pretty service? Like, was it? I mean, I don't know, since COVID has kind of changed the way people do services, or what, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's sort of a norm. It's been back to normal a little bit as far as the way.
Yeah.
I know when we did my coworkers service in February, there was no restrictions. We were all just there.
Yeah, Presley, she didn't drown, but that Katie was wasted in a hot tub that girl that gives her everything gave her, like a inflatable hot tub, and she was drunk, almost like nodding off. Well, she was nodding off.
Yeah, she was on her live stream in the hot tub, and it was it was pretty dangerous, and
hey, stitching. I think I already said hi. I'm not sure. Yeah, it made Sean very uneasy. Just
I wasn't even watching it. Mandy was watching it.
Very like,
we were in bed and she was watching it, and all it was just nothing was going on the live stream except you could hear the bubbles, and when you looked, all you did was see her head, like kind of sitting there
like this. You'd see the back of her.
Yeah, and she was live the whole time, and it was like, man, we're gonna watch her drown tonight.
Karen, I don't think it is, because the channel it was on is that one that Nikki Rev keeps promoting, the MFW VS World, and that's where it was on. It was still up this morning, but someone said she hid that channel. So I'm like,
she doesn't want to lose it.
So Nikki Rev, you're tagging her in that post about how y'all are going to get together and do this interview, that it is going to happen. You're tagging a channel that doesn't even exist.
That's hidden, and I I'm not friends with Nikki Rev, but she doesn't like us. She's pretty, yes. But she was like, she's just thinking that Katie's going to go on and give an interview, and she's not.
And then she thought Katie was mad at her because she posted a poll, so she thought that was the end. It's just, I'm like, I'll eat crow if she does end up doing the interview, but I don't think that she will.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, guys.
He was a Marine, and jets flew over it, and the Marines shot the guns and played the horns.
Taps. Wow. They did the 21 gun salute and then play taps. That's pretty.
How old was he, Presley? Let it go. I think let it needs to go potty, or needs to go.
Eat a gummy?
I don't know. She's such a good mom. She says, "Are you gonna stay? Because I'm dying and I need to go."
You gotta go take care of you.
It's probably Come
here, Sawyer. He's awake now.
It's probably my mother. There's a couple people that have said their mothers were alcoholics. I refuse to have rum in my home. I know it can be linked in family history. 65, wow, young. He's coming.
He's got to stretch now and be all dramatic.
You know that Shih Tzu stretch, when they stretch.
He's stretching. Like, He's going to be all dramatic. Come here, buddy. Come here.
He's like, no. Come here. He's probably not going to. Her back is hurting her. Did you take the gummy? I know that helps. Saint Ratty is estranged from her parents. He's like, Dad.
This is so brown.
Maybe we're not centered here.
Huh?
Maybe we're not centered on the thing. Sawyer Brown, he went to his grandmother's today, and he ate lots of carrots. She gives him carrots.
Yep, she doesn't give him meat. She gives him like little pieces of baby carrots, and he takes it well, right? Right, Sawyer Brown? Mm-hmm. Look at him.
Hello, Sawyer Brown. He's got a little bitty face. It's a teddy bear face. You got a teddy bear face. He's sweet. But yeah, he had a long day.
He is. I'm gonna go
let it go. I hope you feel better. Yeah, he's like, he'll sleep well tonight.
Yeah, he will. Oh. Well, you good boy. You good boy.
I can only drink on special occasions every now and then. Yeah, a lot of people, man, they regulate it and they're good to go. And that's like when, or some people like go through periods where they drink heavier than others, and things like that. Love you too. Let it go. Mine won't eat baby carrot. And he liked it?
He'd jump up there, and then I'd put the blanket on him, and he'd go night-night.
Look, Sawyer's like, I don't know about this.
No, you care about this.
Well, Bear had shorter hair, so I think it tickles with the blanket. You know what I mean?
It might. But he loved it, and you could see his tail underneath the blanket going boop, 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 boop.
That's so cool.
He decided that he didn't like it quite as much as I thought he would right there.
He's like, I'm the prince of this thing. You have a migraine. Go get some rest, Presley. I got a major migraine. Gosh.
Everyone's feeling a little bit wore out.
Yeah. I have the best relationship with you're just stressed out. You have a lot going on.
Yeah, you do.
A lot. And you're handling it. Just take it a little bit at a time.
Yep.
Just a little bit at a time. Stitching's mother-in-law was buried today.
Wow.
Had a family get together, only 2 doubles and I was done. Little celebration of life kind of a thing. I never knew anything different, so I never shed a tear when they died. I cried rivers over my foster family's dying. Yeah, I guess
everybody's different. I mean,
blood doesn't make the bond.
Yeah.
Megan's hates the taste of alcohol. Keep it that way, Megan.
That's right. Your pocketbook. My pocketbook thanked me
for not drinking anymore.
I mean, it's a subtle thing, but just think if I was like, I know you don't drink, but you've always said you can have beer if you want. You can drink. It's not in. If I was like, all right, yeah, like if I had to like buy a 6-pack like once a week or whatever, that would just add to. I don't drink. I don't smoke, and that saves a lot. I said it would save a lot of money. We just figure out other ways to spend it. But
here's the thing too, I was thinking about Katie. So she stays at some level of intoxication constantly because she is.
You're welcome, Michaela.
Very chemically addicted. So when she goes to buy her vodka in the morning, which I'm sure she's buying a bottle a day or something like that, and I don't think she realizes she's already intoxicated while she's driving because she stays at a certain level constantly. So she thinks, well, right now I feel okay. You're still gonna blow drunk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know that like there's a little store on my way to work, and at 9:00, and I don't even think that store's open yet. Like if it's 9:00 in the morning or 8:30 in the morning, and I stop there, so it's a convenience store with a liquor store on the other end of it. So it's like a 2-store little plaza, and there's people trying the doors in the morning.
Yeah, when I bought some one time at Walmart on a Sunday for a get together we were having, and they don't sell it till noon on Sunday.
Yeah,
and so I'm like sitting there trying to figure out. But the self-check cashier was so used to it. She came and she was you can't till 12, and I was like, oh. And you could tell she was like, yeah, you didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
I was like, I didn't know that.
At 12:01, you can get your drink on.
I had a friend who had a period of sobriety, and then she went back out. This was in Texas, and she lived way on the other side of Austin. And she would, like, one night she called and she was like, I can't, the taxi won't pick me up. They quit running, and I got to get there before midnight and whatever, because there was a CVS down the street, and she lived in an apartment. She goes, I don't know how I'm going to get there. My friend took my keys, and I was like, I'm going to need you to be a better alcoholic. You need to walk out that gate and get to walking.
You don't want to drink that bad.
I said, you got 20 minutes. You better. What? She goes, oh.
Yeah, it's like, how I mean, you're going to see right now what your 2-mile time is.
Right. Like,
right now.
Like, I'm going to need you to do.
Once you get it, you can take all the time to get back that you need.
And she's like, and it was crazy because that's kind of how people are in AA. A lot of people will say, you know what, if after, we meet and we go to a meeting together and we talk, you still want to drink, I'll buy you the drink. Because the point being, most of the time, you don't end up wanting to drink or whatever.
All right, Presley, she's going to go watch TV and relax. Good night. We love you.
Have a good night. Yeah, I hope you get some, I don't know, listen to me. Do you have migraine medicine to take for that? Like, Imitrex? I don't know how often look at that cat.
Look at him.
I don't know how often she gets migraines, but hopefully she's got something for it, like Imitrex or something. I used to drink, but it's not much anymore. I switched to beer in about 2003 so that I would drink less, and then I was drinking a case of beer a day.
Oh my god!
You just change it to whatever, like
a lot of beer.
It was 24
of them every day.
No, 12. I thought a case was 12.
A case is 24. A 12-pack.
I think the most I ever drank in a day was like 14, and I peed on the couch. So I was like, 14's too many. That was my my takeaway from it, is 14's too many.
Can't be peeing on the couch.
13, okay. But you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know how that goes.
No, but I'm glad you don't know how it goes anymore.
No. It was, the next day I was like, vaguely remembered. And I was like, maybe I just dreamed that. Nope.
There it is.
But it was, it's not a life that I miss anymore for sure. The trade-off is...
Jude's like, only thing I can drink, pink. Grew up in a German family. It was nobody.
Ooh,
hey,
yeah.
Germany, it's
Italians and Germans.
I was stationed in Germany for 3 years, and they took me out, and it says Budweiser on the bottle, but it's stronger. And when I woke up the next morning, I lived on the second floor barracks, and then I had opened the window and was puking all down the window. And I can't believe why I was puking after I only had 5 beers. Well, that was like 10 or, it's like
they make it stronger.
A beer and a half, so it was like 12. It was like a 12-pack's worth. That was 92, 93 when I was in my early 20s. I was drinking. But I was pretty much done drinking after that particular duty station. I didn't really drink that much anymore.
There's a lot of people that do that. They just they can cut back or quit completely. It was cute. Sawyer and Scout were playing. Sawyer's trying to get his blanket, and Scout was over there trying to paw it and help him get his blanket how he wants it.
Yep, like Italian kids get wine at dinner at all ages, and German kids get wee glasses of beer at dinner. Yeah, in Germany
And I heard that Italians during the wintertime, they'll drink a little drink at breakfast to keep them warm.
Little hair of the dog.
Something like that. Have a good night, Dragonfly. The last time I drank anything was when I found out I was pregnant. I try to catch it before it goes away. When hubby is drunk on his own, I never feel sorry for him. I have to say, I don't know how that would work. I do know that after you get sober, the friends that you thought were fantastically fun to drink with, if you try to hang with them when you're not drinking and they are, basically you just have someone falling all over you thinking life is fun, and they get very slapped. They don't realize how, you know what I mean? Oh my, and so
ordering everything off the Taco Bell menu when you get there. And
grilled cheese burrito, guys. I tried it. Was it yesterday? It was a little spicy, but Sean liked it.
Yeah, she turned it over to me. I was happy to.
Did you think it was spicy at all?
I loved it. It was a little spicy, but not like.
It had a lot of cheese on it.
And you know what? When we first started talking, and I was like, I love hot, spicy food, and Mandi was like, I don't like hot and spicy, but it's a different thing. Like Tex-Mex is spicy, but so it normally has to be pretty spicy, but you don't like much spice at all.
Yeah, good for you. It's because it hurts my mouth. It's not even like it. Hold on, let me see this real quick. My husband was attacked in his office in 2014 and almost died, and ever since, I make sure I'm sober at home in case he has to go to the hospital. Wow.
He what?
Was attacked at work in 2014. Wow.
That's crazy.
Very good. Panda said that she...
not shit shot. I knew what you meant, Khaki. I knew what you meant.
What was the second part of Trash Pandas that she doesn't drink because why? It's up here, I think.
She said she didn't want her kids to have a drunk mom.
Yeah.
No.
That's I was watching, we were talking yesterday about how we don't really watch Intervention because it makes us nervous or whatever, but there was one that was 12 minutes long, and I guess it was a promo, and it touched the main points to see if you win it. And this was a girl that had gotten her stuff together. She was a real estate agent, and she was a drug and alcohol counselor, and then she relapsed. And her veins are so bad that she takes the heroin
in the booty hole,
like
a colonoscopy.
That's how. And it was like, and her mom was like, I don't even.
She hits me like, there goes our monetization.
No, she was like, I don't even want to tell. Like, she goes, how do you even reason that through that my daughter?
Yeah.
And it's like, anyway, we already went on that tangent yesterday. You and the babysitter, the only one making memories. Yeah, right. You end up being, I think is what you meant. When people find out you don't drink, it's one of two things. They either don't trust you and don't have any room for you, or they're like, Oh, so when I go out, you can drive.
Yeah. They
I'm
either want to use you or they don't.
Except I don't want to hang out at a bar all night.
That's right. Well, which is it?
Exactly. My mom was an embarrassing drunk, would fall and hurt herself. That's I always prided myself on not being the mom that passed out in the front yard, but I did pass out at 6 o'clock.
And you did pee on the couch.
I did pee on the couch. But some people get so bad they go like number 2.
Well, I was doing a lot of number 2 the other night before going on.
You see, he's really into that whole process. Yeah. He's like, I think I'm going to do it again. Not the colonoscopy. It was a
number 2, but it was number 1 coming out of number 2. This was what it was.
That's pretty much what it was. Yeah. But it was, and it wasn't.
You thought about it, you were like, number 1, come on.
But it wasn't even clean enough.
It was. He was just.
He just didn't know what he was talking about.
That doctor was just anal. Ah!
Oh my gosh. You're crazy.
I know.
You're crazy, but you also have to go to work early.
I have to go to work. So.
I'm sorry for those who show up at 11.
What happened?
The people that come in at 11 going,
hey guys.
How do you feel? Jude has been very, very, all of you have, but Jude
I feel good. I feel good, Jude.
A reason I only did drink on special occasions. My son has the same feeling. Yeah. I was just making sure the people who left something
Colleen's like, gross.
I know. Yeah. It's like,
if I'd have kept it up for a couple more minutes, Mandy would have been like, okay.
I'd have been like, they have pity for you, but they probably are tired of hearing about it.
It is gross.
But tomorrow.
I was off today. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday that I was off. So I go to work tomorrow, Jude, and then I work Sunday and Monday, and I'm off Tuesday.
We got to go to the tag department.
Yep. We wait until there's like 9 minutes before the tag expires.
I know, but we're going to go get our tags like adults. And Scout's ready to go to bed. Thank you for hanging with us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for the super chat, Megan. Thank y'all for being here. And we will probably see you tomorrow, depending on how tired Sean is. But
I'll be all right. It'll be more probably Monday. We'll be good. We'll be good.
Okay.
We'll be good.
See you guys later. Have a good